Hey guys, it's day 20. I cannot believe it. 2 more days of a full elemental, and I will be going to half elemental as of, I guess, Tuesday. So as you can see, I have my makeup on today. So today has started out to be a pretty decent day. It seems like I had another die-off of 2 days, a day 18 and 19. I woke up both days with horrible fibromyalgia. Couldn't really move, laid in bed, felt lethargic like all day, just exhausted. And today, knock on wood, of course I still feel somewhat tired, but nothing like the last 2 days where it was just like flu-like. I just felt horrible. So for those of you going through this day, for me, day 10 through 14 was awful. Then it was like 15 through 17 was okay, and then 18, 19, horrible again. And so far today, okay. I did take some Mag 7 the last 2 nights because the doctor has me on charcoal, activated charcoal, and for somebody that already has constipation issues, which most of us with SiBO do, which is one of the reasons that you could end up with SiBO is not having proper gut motility. The charcoal, though, is to help bind up the toxins, but the adverse effect of charcoal is that it can constipate you. And you don't want that when you're trying to release toxins. So I've been on that for a couple days now, and I told my functional medicine Dr. Lynn that, I was very concerned about getting backed up, because what happens with me is if that happens, then of course you're gonna have a lot of cramps and bloating, and I did start having that, and that was it's not a good feeling, it hurts. So took the mag, we've got some things happening today, but not to be TMI, but I just hope that we don't go back to that toxic feeling. It's just not it's a very sick feeling when you're full of toxins. So we want to move them out as best as possible. So I know you're gonna see me on this video and be like, oh, she's got her makeup on, she looks great. I feel pretty good at the moment, but I do wanna mention that, on Tuesday, or I may even start later today or tomorrow, I'll be starting that Candibactin AR and BR. You can look it up if you're in this journey. It is herbal antibiotics, and there's 2 parts to it. It seems like, there's oregano and berberine, and the berberine is what really can kill off any additional bacteria. It's very good for SiBO, but it is noted that you can experience more die-off problems. So we have discussed that we will do this process really slow in my system, not take the full recommended dosage right away, just take like 1 and move myself up on it slowly. But that's another 30 days of that while on a half elemental diet, which means I will still be drinking this shake to fill the gaps, while we slowly also try to introduce like meat broth, and then eventually like pureed foods. So I'm not out of the woods yet. I'm just blessed and thankful that today so far, and it's Robert's birthday today, so I'm glad I woke up not in misery. As you know, though, for those going through this, the last time I put makeup on, I always feel like it's like a jinx or something. The last time I put makeup on, I think it was like day 16 or something, and I did a video and I'm like, hey, I'm feeling pretty good, and then I kid you not, within a couple hours it was a totally different story. So let's hope it doesn't go that way. I'm trying to be as positive as possible, but I want to give you the realism of this sickness is that just because somebody looks good on the outside doesn't mean they're necessarily good on the inside, and it can change on a dime. I can be great for 15-20 minutes, and then 15 minutes later it's a totally different story. We hope we get to a point, that's the prayers, that we get to a point where you're having lots of good days, and you're not recounting the bad ones. And that's the hope, that's the extreme reasons that I decided to do the elemental diet, is so that I can really nuke the place, basically clean it out. Then we're going to follow it up with more antibacterial protocol with these antibiotics that are herbal, and then we'll go into more gut healing. We've got another shake that we'll be introducing that's supposed to be very gut healing, that's different from the elemental, but we're going to do everything really slow. So if you're on this journey and you're really struggling, just know that every person's case is so different. something that might work for some may not work for others, and then others say they have great success with other things and it doesn't work for others. So you really need to have somebody that can guide you. I highly recommend you do read, though, and do your homework in these support groups, and I must have a cajillion screenshots and following threads, and taking pictures and then circling certain things that people have said, and I just compile it all in a folder on my phone that just is like SiBO, and then I can bring some of those questions or things to my functional medicine doctor and say, hey, somebody was taking the Candibactin AR and BR, and they found that if they took the BR first, they did better, or if they split it up and did it slower, they did better, and just kind of try to get the consensus of the majority of people, which is what led me to Elemental Diet. Is it seemed like the majority of people, of course, now that I'm on it, I'm reading a lot of people also that say it was horrible for them and it didn't heal and they still have SiBO. I don't know if it's maybe they rushed into the foods, or maybe they have a different underlying condition that is not being addressed, which is why they're still living with it. So this is a very, very hard illness to eradicate. And I can see, even with myself going through it, the days where I have like no hope. Like it's, but when you've been going through it a long time, I mean, it's just all the what ifs and, will I get better? And it's frustrating and it's hard. And I know some people want to just give up and be done, and I've had my days, I'll tell you. So this is just today's day 20 update, 2 more days full on. We'll start weaning into that herbal antibiotic, and I'll keep you posted, but 3 weeks almost done. I can't believe it. I think back to when I had just the first videos of prepping for it, and my first morning of it being so nervous and nauseous and whatnot. So last 2 days horrible. Today so far, knock on wood, pretty decent. So we hope it stays that way, but I know more die-off probably will come once I start that berberine. So just keep me in your prayers. Thankful to come to you with some makeup on and look half alive. Oh, and also, if you're following me on Instagram and Facebook, I know some people were like, I posted a video the other day, and people were like, oh, you look great, you're feeling great. I just want you to know sometimes I schedule things that were made prior. So that was an older picture from like more than 3 weeks ago. So the only other live stuff you're going to see of me is like now with me. And by the way, another thing, just to those that are watching, with SiBO, I've got breakouts. I am breaking out right now from the toxins. I was having that for years and just never really knew why. But if I have some candida in the system, candida, people call it different ways, that also could be causing a lot of my problems. So the Candibactin will address that as well. Maybe for once in my adult life, I will have clear skin without breakouts, which is wonderful, which I will take the happy, healthy gut over skin issues any day, and to just feel good in my body versus skin issues every day. But if it comes with the package that I'm healing my gut and my skin clears up because I've healed my gut, it's going to be a win-win all around. So I love you guys. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching and for subscribing and the support. And again, if you're here for Avon, click the other list if you're not interested in all my gut stuff. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.